What's happening, BookTube? This is the Book Postscript Tag 2018. I was tagged by Dane Cobain over at Dane Reads. Thanks for the tag, Dane. Question 1. The longest book you read this year and the book that took you the longest to finish. I'm not sure if that's 2 questions or 1 question, but it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. I actually started reading Dark Detectives in 2017, and I still haven't finished it. There's a lot of stuff in here that just does not work for me. I mean, some great authors, Clive Barker, Neil Gaiman, Brian Lumley, Kim Newman, Peter Tremaine, but I don't know if it's the way the book's put together. And by the way, I wasn't overly impressed with what Neil Gaiman wrote, and as far as this anthology goes, I'm going to have to try one of his books, because the short stories where they're spliced and all that's it's just not doing it for me. So still haven't finished it. Haven't DNF'd it, but I have not finished it. So I've been plinking around with this thing, what, 16 months or something? Two, a book you read in 2018 that was outside your comfort zone. Honestly, there's not much that's outside my comfort zone. I've read pretty much every genre. I know they have subgenres now and stuff like that, but really I don't read a lot of YA. I read The Rag and Bone Shop by Robert Cormier. I don't have that because my youngest boy kind of borrowed that book back, because he brought it home and he didn't read it, and then after I read it he decided he was going to check it out. But I liked it. And then Couldn't Keep It to Myself by Wally Lamb and the Women of York Correctional Institution. And this is about women that are in prison, and they give the, you know, the backstories and why they're there and stuff. And this was recommended by Denise Cooper. I really like this book, but it's not something I would normally read. You know, it's a bit depressing, but still, it's recommended reading. Let's see. How many books did you reread in 2018? I don't have a clue. I'm going to guess 10. 10 sounds good. Favorite reread of 2018? That is easy. Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Now this, next to Midworld, is my favorite sci-fi book of all time. I read it, and then did a buddy read with Elena Makridina, and that was my reread, and this was a 5-star read for me. Well, I say 4.5, but that was then. That was probably the first time I read it. It's just an awesome sci-fi book. Oh, anyway, if you hear a horse whinnying in there, my wife's playing Assassin's Creed. Okay, 5. A book you read for the first time that you look forward to rereading in the future. The Golden Compass by Phillip Pullman, and Dane suggested this book, and I'm going to read the trilogy. I think it's a trilogy. But I like this first book, and I'd like to delve into this adventure a bit further. So, there you go. Six. Favorite single short story or novella that you read in 2018? Again, easy. Harlan Ellison, Vic and Blood. This is the story of, it's First of all, it's a post-apocalyptic. A guy and his dog, they can communicate telepathically. The dog can find useful resources. I mean, they argue and squabble a bit, but, you know, they love one another. A woman tries to come between them, and that's all I'm going to say. Thick and Blood, Harlan Ellison. Seven, Mass Appeal. A book you liked and would recommend to a wide variety of readers. Stay With Me by Ayobami Adebayo. I read this as a recommendation from Pete over at Comfycozyup, and it's just an amazing, well-written novel. Again, 5-star read. Eight, Specialized Appeal. A book you liked, but would be hesitant to recommend to just anyone. Well, I would recommend it to everyone, but there are certain people who aren't Lula Moore fans because they don't understand about Westerns, and you have to have a certain mindset or be a certain type person, I think, to appreciate these, and that would be The Walking Drum. Again, this was a 5-star read for me for 2018, because I like Lula Moore, and this was a fantastic book. Nine, Reflect on your year as a bookish content creator. Goals met. Well, I met my Goodreads goals. I was supposed to read 56 books, and I managed to pull that off at the last minute. Good or bad memories? Well, there were some that were like both good and bad. I was ragged out for several months this year because there was a building that was going to collapse, and I became tasked with saving this structure, and it was actually a church, and I don't know how many people can say they saved a church, but I've done that, and actually I'm going to show you the church right now. So you come 2 miles up this holler and you run into this massive church. There are dogs barking in the background. Oh, here's a handicap ramp we built. I wanted to show you all this hand-painted mural. I may have to get a little closer. And the woodwork in this building is pretty amazing. That's where you come in. Fountain. Fountain. Okay, whether you're religious or not, regardless of your beliefs, you can see how big that building was, and you can't see what was going on structurally because it was all the foundation, and it was beams and stuff under the church. But I spent several months under that building in crawl space. It's just there's 3 reasons why I did it. 1, it's a church house. 2, the people that asked me to do it were just fantastic people. Trust me, if it'd been someone else and ain't another church, I'd said, you better call somebody, because I can't do this. And 3, I like a physical challenge, and it will probably be the death of me, but I like to see just how much I can take. And I'm not supposed to be doing 75 to 80% of the stuff that I do, because I was told a long time ago not to do this, not to do that, on doctor's orders. The only thing that I quit doing was I used to run 5 and 6 days a week, and I had to cut back on that because it just made my situation deteriorate. But anyway, enough of that. Okay, back to 9. Favorite videos you made. One of my favorites was my Stories from the Twilight Zone by Rod Serling. And I'll try to leave a link to that, but I just went all out on that reading vlog, and it was one of my favorite videos of 2018. So that's it. I know this is late. I've seen people doing this. Nobody tagged me. Finally, Dane did. Thank you, Dane. My thanks to everyone for watching, and cheers, my friends. Catch you later. Bye.